Hello everybody, it's Tanya, and since you are a member of Vibrant Living with Tanya, we're going to do a deeper dive right now into, what did I say? Stress and craving, stress and eating, okay? So get your little pen and pencil, or just absorb what I'm going to say here, or replay, because there's some really interesting information. And I'm doing this around the 10-day sugar detox that we're prepping and planning up to, and here we go. Okay, so stress, right? We have a hard day at work, the kids are driving us crazy, something like that. We feel stressed. Maybe nothing is even happening because we imagine a lot of stress. We worry, we have anxiety, we hold this stress in our body, right? So I had this epiphany yesterday, and I'm actually going to change a lot of what I've been talking about with my posts and stuff, but I always talk about crushing your cravings. I'm going to love my cravings, okay? If you watch my video on self-sabotage versus self-protection, it's really fascinating what rewording things will do. So instead of crushing your craving and thinking you have to like negatively or something bad, I want us to love our cravings because they're telling us something. They're empowering us. It's a little knock on the door saying, hey, are you listening to me? Like your cravings are telling you something. They could be chemical, physical, emotional, and today we're going to talk about stress, right? So hang in here. So you've had this busy day, you're stressed out, you're feeling this, and you go to the grocery store, you pick up some ice cream, you pick up pizza, you pick up, alcohol, you pick up jelly beans, whatever it is that you use to soothe yourself. And listen, we all have stress, and stress eating is real. Okay, but most of the time it leaves us feeling worse than what we felt before. Because, as I talked about in a video yesterday, we don't have the skills to understand how to deal with the stress besides the numbing, the eating, the drinking, that kind of thing. All right? So you stress eat, and you still have the stress because you really haven't dealt with the stress. You've just masked it by eating. You're bloated, you're tired, you feel blah. And even worse, you may even have a stomach ache, right? So you give into these these cravings temporarily. I've totally done it. I still do it, but I'm getting better and better at noticing because I'm building these skills within myself. All right? So we give into these cravings to soothe ourselves, but it sets us up for even more cravings because there's a chemical thing that goes on in our gut with what we feed it, we crave. All right, so listen to this. This is amazing. When we're feeling stress, our brains burn about half of our body's daily carbohydrate requirements, all right? So regular, short-term, acute stress, like something that happens immediately, remember that tiger pops out, our heart rate goes up, and then the stress dissipates, can mean that your brain requires 12% more energy, which might explain initial cravings, okay? So when you're feeling that stress, just notice your stress, if it's acute stress, like something immediate, and how it's making you feel. Okay? But when your stress becomes chronic, which is happening to a lot of us because again, we don't have the skills to understand what's going on, our body releases a barrage of hormones to help you cope with it, like insulin and cortisol, right? Over time, this can cause blood sugar swings, insulin surges, more cravings, and even slow down our metabolism. This is why being focused on calories in, calories out is not going to deal with the bigger picture of everything that's going on here. We must look at the stress in our life. So here's where we do a deeper dive, being a member and as part of this detox, is that what is causing you stress? So take a moment and really figure out, or just observe yourself during this next week. Remember, noticing is the biggest thing in regards to becoming more aware. Notice what's stressing you out. And I'm not saying that we're going to get rid of all stress or anything like that, but definitely notice, is it acute stress? Is it something immediate, or is this chronic stress that you're really feeling and it's just weighing you down? What's causing this? All right? And just try to see if there's any simple shifts you can do to manage that stress. All right? So on the surface, for example, I'll give you an example. My husband and I, we moved. We left the city and moved to the country. That's a major move, right? But the city was no longer calling our name, and people thought we were crazy, but it was just not how we wanted to live. So sometimes it means moving or changing your job or some big thing in your life, right? So we need to be aware of that because stress is a silent killer. And then there's other things, again, like daily stress. And I just want to interject here, no judgment at all, but I'm hearing a lot of people going on anti-anxiety medication, antidepressants. And listen, if that's your calling, go for it. But what I also want you to understand is that we are lacking the skills, and nobody's teaching us the skills of how do we deal with this stress? How do we deal with this heaviness? Right? And I've been through it. I understand rapid heart rate, depression, hives all over my body. I talk about this in my book. All right? So whatever you need to do, but understand that we don't want to mask symptoms with drugs and alcohol and food and smoking and gambling and shopping. We actually want to go and figure out what is causing. Let me get to the root problem so that I can solve this for good, right? Okay. So if we have some immediate stress comes into our body, the best thing to do is shake it off, like dance, scream, yell. It needs that energy outlet to get out of you. If not, it just goes into your body and it just sits there and manifests. So maybe that's an option that you do, right? Something a little more up-tempo just to release that stress. Or maybe you need to go inward. Maybe you need to lay on your roller. You need to journal, meditate, pray, relax, go into nature, go for a walk, breathe deeply. Try it out. What works for you, right? Some things work better for other people than not. And on days that you're tempted to stress eat, so you feel those feelings of discomfort coming up. Remember, we said we can sit in this discomfort. It's okay. But before you take that first bite, distance yourself, right? So I'm feeling stressed. Yes, I normally ate. Is eating going to take away my stress? Yes, it might take it away temporarily. Is it going to make it disappear? How am I going to feel afterwards if I eat all this stuff, right? Again, tired, bloated, moody, whatever it is, you're starting to connect the dots. So maybe just divert. Remember, we talk about putting this pause in here. Divert your attention. Go take a hot bath, go for have a shower, go for a walk, read, call somebody up, play with your kids, play with your dogs. Just try and distance yourself so that you can feel that. And again, if you end up giving in, at least you've taken this opportunity to see if there's something else you can do, and keep trying. Oh, so many of us, we try once, twice, oh, it didn't work. No, this is the journey. Keep going, find what works for you. And remember, we talk about this a lot, but practice a healthy lifestyle. What is your sleep like? Your sleep definitely affects your stress levels, right? Are you getting enough sleep? Can you make your sleep better, right? We can do a whole talk on that. Are you eating a balanced diet with healthy fats and healthy proteins and your healthy carbohydrates, right? Are you eating balanced meals to support your brain and blood sugar levels? Are you getting the proper supplements? And by supplements, I mean whole food nutrition, right? Not a multivitamin. And multivitamin is a synthetic concoction. I'm talking about whole food supplements. Are you getting your omega-3 fatty acids? I have an amazing plant-based omegas, right? Your brain needs this in order to process decisions. So if you're stressed out all the time, maybe you don't have the micronutrition in your body that is needed to run this beautiful machinery that you own, right? Would you drive your car without putting oil in it? No, you wouldn't, because it would seize up. That's when I talk about supplements, I only recommend supplements. It's like oil in your body that's going to make you run more efficiently, right? And are you getting regular exercise? And by regular exercise, I don't mean that you always have to be like, going really hard, right? That's why if you're a member and you do my live classes or do the membership in here, you will notice that we have an easy workout, a harder workout, a medium one, lots of different options because we need that balanced approach to fitness. All right. And if stress is a really big problem in your life, think about talking to somebody so that you can relieve the stress. All right. So I hope that has been some, a little more in depth to understanding cravings, that they're actually a gift, that they're allowing you to see your life to actually make some changes, and some great tips in regards to how you're to sleep better, balance your diet, get the proper supplements, and please talk to me about any of these before you go out and get help, because I have got lots of resources I can share with you. All right, everybody. And if you know anybody that is wanting to make a change in their life, please connect us together, because I hope you can tell how passionate I am for people to live a vibrant and energetic life and to build the skills needed and the confidence to be able to move through this process. Have a beautiful day. Bye.